The federal government plans to outlaw something called doxing. Here's Michelle to tell us what that is and how the new laws will work.
Picture this. Your private information, perhaps your phone number, your school, your address, your bank account details, are put in one place and made public to anyone who wants it. Pretty scary, right? Well, when people do this with what's called malicious intent, so with the goal of hurting or causing harm to someone, it's called doxing. The term comes from the phrase dropping documents, and stats show about 1 in 20 Australians have been doxed, and younger Aussies are more likely to be affected by cybercrimes like doxing. It's not exactly a new thing. Doxing became a pretty common term in the 2000s with the rise of the internet and hacker culture. But until now, there haven't really been specific laws around it. So the federal government is cracking down by making doxing illegal with a punishment of up to 7 years in jail to try and keep people and their information safe online.
Some Warammu artefacts have been returned to their traditional owners after being taken from Australia to the UK more than a century ago. The artefacts were mainly used for hunting and include knives, an axe and hooked boomerangs.
These are artefacts that the old people sat down and had a look at it and cried about them and said straight away, we want them to come back home.
The artefacts will now make the journey home to the Warammu community in the town of Tennant Creek in the Northern Territory. The world's biggest pop stars took to the red carpet today for the MTV Video Music Awards. Sabrina Carpenter won Song of the Year with Espresso. Chapel Roan scored the gong for Best New Artist, but it was Taylor Swift who stole the show, taking home 7 VMAs, including Video of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Whoa. Now let's head to the NT, where a popular swimming spot has been closed after a mysterious creature was spotted lurking in its depths. Here's Joe. What is that?
Welcome to Lake Alexander, a tranquil, watery haven for all the family to enjoy. And the home of a mysterious beast. Well, that's the theory at least, after Lake Alexander was closed this week following a sighting of a shark. But some aren't sure about that. See, back in August 2009, a swimmer was bitten by an unidentified creature, which locals quickly dubbed the Loch Alexander monster. Authorities rushed to capture the creature, which they thought to be, quote, a delinquent cod. But they never found anything. Until more monster sightings in 2022 and 2023, when authorities finally caught something. A fish. Which is a mystery in itself, as the lake is connected to the sea through filters which shouldn't even let the tiniest of fish through. Now, authorities are asking the public to avoid the lake while they search for the new culprit. And maybe, just maybe, they can solve the mystery lurking in Lake Alexander's depths once and for all.
Now it's time for some stories that'll make you wonder, how on earth did you do that? First up, to the latest batch of new world record holders. From having the largest collection of wacky vehicles to owning the world's largest electric toothbrush. It tends to get a bit strange and oddly specific when records are involved. For example, 16-year-old Eric here has officially the biggest hands and feet on a teenager. And these dogs have collectively earned 4 records for doing things like hanging socks on a line. Okay, now to Northern Ireland, where a statue of Queen Elizabeth II has raised a few eyebrows for not looking quite right.
They look quite small.
I think it does bear a slight resemblance. I mean, I think it could be a better resemblance.
The statue was unveiled last week to pay tribute to the late Queen, who was Britain's longest ever ruler. And finally, to a motorbike riding on water. Off the coast of Georgia, stuntman Georgia Helta has worked out a way to modify his bike with homemade skis, which allowed him to ride 33 kilometres across the Black Sea. Well, that's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Oh, and we're moving. Okay.